Why is there just... Why are there just charged creepers in the wild in this server? What is wrong with people? Why are things like this? I'm leaving. I'm going to safety. Hey yo, it's Lyarrah, and I am joining you guys from where my ski lodge is eventually going to be here in my town. My town that still has no name. I am joining you from the morning of the Truly Bedrock stream day for September. It is just a few minutes before my stream, and my Patreon supporters have voted that I work on the riverbed today. So I'm going to go ahead and be gathering up all of the cobble and the prismarine that I have in storage over there and work on getting this whole place terraformed some. Now I am checking in with you guys here real quick just for a quick before and after. This is not what my episode's mostly going to be about today, but you know, I normally only show, hey, this is what I did on stream today, and I never really give context for what it looked like beforehand. And in this particular case, since it is going to be like a transformation instead of just doing a single build, I figured it would be pertinent to go ahead and show you guys the before state. So that is where we are at on the riverbed right now. And for a quick reminder of what this place is going to look like, this is the kind of look we're going for, although this doesn't have any slabs or anything in it yet. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go get set up for stream, and I'll check back in with you guys afterwards. Well guys, it's over a week after that last clip. I'm sorry about that. A lot happened. I won't get into it because it's all IRL nonsense, but what I will get into instead is, yeah, that I did this during the livestream day, as I said I would, and a bunch of the riverbed as well. I haven't filled in all of the water yet because I am wanting to, I'm wanting to go ahead and add more detail to it, but I wanted to see how it was looking so far. What I've learned is that I want a lot more like half slabs and stuff to it. This whole area I'm going to go ahead and take any of the dirt out of right here around the waterfall. And I'm probably going to add like a few walls and stuff to make it look more spiky and stuff like that. Now, thing with this is that yes, we did opt to go ahead and make the waterfall back out of diamond ore instead of having the diamond ore sprinkled throughout it. I thought it'd be pretty. I thought it would add like a nice effect to it. I'm actually really in love with how it looks, but I also knew like people were going to try to steal it most likely, and oh boy. Yeah, some clown didn't even wait till the stream was over to come and try to steal it. He is at it already. He's absolutely already. Well, I wasn't expecting him to die that quickly. So yeah, that was some fun times. Also, we have a wandering trader over here now that was not there a couple minutes ago. Hi, buddy. But yeah. So this is how the riverbed is looking though. We did get a lot of it done during live stream day. The base of it is done. There's a lot of detailing that I'm going to add still, but this is the first like large scale landscaping project I've ever done. The most terraforming that I've ever done before this is like a little front yard or something like that. So, yeah. Progress is being made, slowly but surely. Now, if only I can get myself to get around to actually doing progress on my house itself. Because this is really the heart and soul of this area. This is the main project. This is what I need to be working on. And, I have at the very least been playing around with some ideas for it. I'm going to pop over to my own personal little testing world and show you guys what I came up with today. Naturally, I log into my testing world facing the reminder that I still haven't set up the Trident Killer for my farm. Whoops. But anyway, yeah, so as I've explained before, it's going to be a ski lodge style of a thing. And, yeah. This is what I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a flagstone wall before, but I've been trying to kind of approximate that look in Minecraft, and this is the best that I've come up with so far. It's definitely not perfect by any means. I feel like I need to make some parts of it like a lot flatter. Like I think this effect over here might be too much. So like I may want to do just a stone one there or something instead. Because flagstone walls usually are mostly very flat stones. But we played around with a bunch of different backgrounds for it. I had some people helping me try to brainstorm during stream. But there is a couple of big feature walls that are going to be made primarily out of this kind of a design. And so I'm really hoping that I can pull something off. The acacia logs was an unexpected thing. I actually originally had clay as the backdrop there, as the kind of the mortar section of it. But this really worked for it a lot better than anything else. So I want to thank the people who suggested it. On the other side here was a different way that I was trying to do it, of just kind of patching it together without any gaps in it. And it just wasn't working as effectively. I definitely really liked the look of having the gaps in it. I feel like that makes it feel more authentic. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think this gives that flagstone feel? Did I accomplish what I was after? Are you guys just gonna complain because it's got diorite in it and like not actually contribute any statements to it? Probably. But attempts have been made here. Attempts have definitely been made. If you're wondering, like I've got a couple pieces of polish just for some accents to it. But really, as I played around with it, the problem with polished is that it has the firm delineations from one piece to the next. And I just really didn't want that. I liked these because it gives you, from a distance, the illusion those are each one big piece. You don't really see the separation from one block to the next very much. So, yeah, I feel like I'm fairly happy with how this is turning out, and I'm going to be excited to have this as a couple of feature walls in my ski lodge once it gets going. A couple of other quick updates on what's been happening during the last week. I asked TNC if I could have some rotten flesh, and he indeed delivered on it. He gave me about 10 shulkers full of it. Now, the reason I wanted the rotten flesh, you may notice I have a roof again. You may assume that I'm probably not going to have a roof for long, because I'm pretty sure my roof privileges are still revoked. But some of these, there we go, there's one of them, I have filled with rotten flesh. This was actually a suggestion of somebody during stream, and it was so funny that I just had to go with it. The idea is that Zoe's inevitably going to come over here and knock back out my roof, and when he does, he's just going to find himself an explosion of explosion of rotten flesh everywhere. Now, as for the interior, I did also like legitimately think about how this is going to be a pretty nice storage solution. But yeah, people have been complaining about how bad my storage is, PNC included, when he came to drop off the stuff. Sorry, I just noticed that I left a gap in the roof when I was reassembling it. There we go. And to them, I have to say, this is not supposed to be my final place. Like, I will be living up in there. The storage will either be in a room in there or will be in the mine below. Like, I'm actually kind of tempted to make it so that storage is specifically, whoops, is down here in a way that I can fly into it and fly back out of it, because I think that'd be really fun. But yeah, this was never meant to be my final place. When he came over here, there was all of the shulkers up on the top as well, and all of those ones are sand and gravel ones. I've gone ahead and moved them over closer to the conduit so that they're where I'm going to need them to convert the concrete. But yeah, like, I'm well aware that this is not very organized, but come on, guys, leave me alone. Now, here's the other thing about TNC coming to swing by. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna be in trouble, guys. I don't... I don't have enough size for this situation. He has taken the diamond. This is bad for what should be a bunch of very obvious reasons. Namely, Zoya is going to kill us. Because we are... Yeah, it's one thing for us to have taken the diamond, but like... Somebody else has stolen it now. So this is a problem, and I've got to try to get it back from PNC before Zloy realizes that it's been stolen from me. Yeah. But PNC did give me something of his that he specifically said he wanted back. And I'm thinking I may be able to kind of pull off a hostage situation. You see, he asked me to return his shulker boxes as the only price that he requested for getting the rotten flesh from me. It was stuff that, or for me, pardon me. It was stuff that he was going to throw out anyway, so why not? And I am not sure where I put them now, but he needs apples. And I have about half a stack of apples. Not a ton, but you know, it's some progress for him. Okay, well that's blue jays, which is actually really freaking impressive and cool. And silence here. And then we have Zap, Groova, and DB, which is really just Zap because the other two have taken a while off. Where the heck is TNC's portal? Also, I don't know if I've shown this yet, but Silent finished off his room. And it's just like... I'm very glad that I'm not afraid of heights. That's all I'm saying. Well, there's no labels or anything on it, but the coordinates and the position relative to Blue Jays lead me to think that this is probably TNC's portal, so I'm gonna go through this one and hope nothing bad happens to me. I don't know where I am, but this is not where I'm trying to be. Oh boy. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I came out there and just went entirely the wrong direction. A little hard to miss his base. Like, really hard. Probably shouldn't be coming here at night, but, I guess it's logical that he's got his thing a little bit further away. Oof. Pardon the frame rate, guys. My computer cannot handle this very well. But yeah, I don't know where the wise spot to leave this would be because I don't know what's technically his front door or anything. So I feel like I'm just going to go ahead and leave this next to the beacons here and let him know that it's next to the beacons. So yeah, I had to go actually hunt the chicken to be able to write the book because I don't have written books in my bag for some reason. But hey, TNC, thanks for the boxes of jerky. They were a big help for the thing I have planned. I know you said I don't have to pay you, but I wanted to give you some kind of appreciation. So here's all the apples I had. However, I'm going to guess you changed your mind because you seem to charge me 1 diamond for the delivery. Since you broke our side of the deal, I'll be holding on to your shulker boxes for the time being. I look forward to rectifying the situation as soon as possible. Thanks, Lyarrah. So yeah, I've hidden his shulker boxes somewhere. And I have a feeling he's going to have a hard time trying to find them. And I'll be quite happy to keep it that way, but I will let him know that there is, you know, some apples waiting for him. And I'm going to go back about what I had actually planned for today. So what are we actually out here to do, you may ask then? Concrete. Lots and lots of concrete. Specifically, I am wanting to go ahead and kill that drowned over there that's in the way. Yeah, go ahead and time how long this setup takes. Things are fairly ideal right now. Zoe has signed on, but he's got one of the not laggy bases, so I should have minimal lag. I want to see how long it takes me to do concrete conversion, and 4 stacks is optimal with this whole setup. And then we'll start experimenting with other ways to do it to see if we can come up with something faster, or if just doing this and then having something that funnels it all back to me because I keep having to go fetch a bunch of it from loose spots in the lake, seeing whether, you know, it's worth switching to something else or not. So let's go time it. Not factoring perimeter defenses into the timing of this, mind you. Alright, so I've got 4 stacks of orange because that's nice and bright and easy to see. And I'm actually going to time this. So I'll be honest, I've never put a timer in post. All the timers you guys are seeing on my screen have been ones that I'm doing in-game at the time. Yeah, so I will see if I can figure out how to put timer in post. Otherwise, I'll just time it in post and let you guys know how long it is. Okay, so I've got the 4 stacks of orange concrete done. I chose orange for the first round of it because, you know, it's nice and bright and easy to spot floating around in the lake. So it was 2 minutes and 25 seconds to do the 4 stacks as far as the actual placing and harvesting went. And then it was another 25 seconds to swim around the lake, picking up all the other pieces. So the two main things that slowed me down were obviously picking up the actual concrete. If I had something that brought it back to me, like water streams or something, then that would be ideal. That would make it much faster. And then block lag. I don't know if you guys have seen this problem before. I feel like I've definitely shown it, but it's been a while since I complained about it. So let's, yeah, we'll go with magenta for it. Why not? Bonk, bonk. So when I do this underwater, even if I'm the only one on, it's just, I don't even know if it's a Realms thing. It may just be a problem even in single player. But I have to individually click for each of these. Which, let me tell you, with my wrist props is not fun. If I try to just hold down the button, yeah, we wind up with magically disappearing concrete very quickly. And what it is that the game is like block updating that each of these is changing as soon as I place them. So on the flip side, when I go ahead and let's go ahead and build up a little bit of them here. When I just place them on top here, no such problem. I'm able to just hold down the button. So one thing that would make this process faster for me would be being able to place it dry and then have it become wet afterwards. And the other thing that would make it faster for me would be just being able to place more than 4 at a time and have it be practical. The reason why 4 is how many I've been going with is because 4 is about the maximum that I can do with letting it fall into the water and still being able to destroy it at a normal walking pace. If I go ahead and stack this up, like let's go ahead and stack this up to like 5 or 6 here. So when we try to go ahead and destroy that part versus just the 4 high part, 4 high part falls in within the same swing of my axe cell. But with the concrete, with the 6 high sections here, we start winding up with the problem of some of it coming back out as powder still, because my axe swing is hitting it before it's registered as converted. The only real ways to go ahead and get around that 4 stack limitation, which is really more of a 2 falling stack limitation, is either to find a way to have more be water all at once, or more be hit by the water, or to do something more to the effect of having me be able to place all of it at once, and then it only be shoved over in groups of 4 to actually be in the conversion zone. Now, mind you, when I'm swinging my axe, that's only a 2 high section. I can do a 3 high with the like moving up and down thing, but if I'm just doing a normal walking forward, it's only 2 high, so that still leaves me in the other limitation. So what I'm kind of thinking is some kind of piston arrangement. So what I'm thinking, and it's probably, you know, obvious, is giant piston wall. Just wall of pistons, of 4 of them at a time, that just shove over, and that have all of the powder in the world stacked on top of it. But figure out how I want to stack the powder on top of it is the issue here. Or rather, figuring out how to trigger that it is done. So I'm testing one thing because I don't know if blocks falling past an observer count as activating an observer or not. So I'm going to test this out. Okay, so I only finally heard that once, actually in front of that, but I feel like I thought that doing it as note block was going to be effective for testing, but looks like not. I couldn't tell for 100% sure if I was hearing it or not, so I'm going to get a lamp real quick instead. Or, you know, save myself the trouble of the lamp and just run a redstone line far enough out that I can see it past it. That's smart too. So I'll go ahead and try dumping these down again. Yeah, they don't seem to be setting it off. So if I'm right, the observer shouldn't be detecting anything until it's actually being blocked off? Did we just never... Or am I just a fool who didn't see it? Well, it not detecting them when I'm dropping them from just one above is a good sign. I was thinking maybe they need to pick up speed. So yeah, the observer doesn't detect them until they're actually in front of it. What if we actually... Okay, so it counts it when it's actually being placed in front of it, but not when it's being placed one above it. Now then, how far can pistons push? I don't remember. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that I'm remembering right that they can push either up to 15, or either up to 16 or exactly 16. So we're gonna go ahead and start with 12. Because that's the low end of what I feel like I remember. Put us a button on there and so 12 moves. 13 does not move, so 12 is actually the number, the max that it can move. Okay. Cool. So what I need to do then is come up with a setup that has 12 long, where I am dispensing it like like that. It's shoving it along every time that it reaches the top. And then it's got 4 high here that all shove straight out one. The limit here is just how tall I feel like making this whole apparatus. Hey, I learned that pistons have a very weird or broken or something bottom type. What is going on there? Are they like that too? If you there a side that looks like no, there isn't. What? Okay, weird. All right, so here's my idea. Okay, here's my idea. This is what I want. This, but taller. So that observer from before, go ahead and give it something nice to look at here. Okay. I sincerely think that this is now like 1 too tall to make this work. But we'll go ahead and test it out. So here's the theory. These are gonna fall past here. Nothing's gonna get pushed along. Until it gets tall enough to hit the observer, at which point it gets shoved. Let's see. Looks like I may need to put some delay on that. Oh, I understand what happened. Last one. That last one that's down there is the one that got kicked out by Yeah. So the two that were down there were the ones that got kicked out by it falling on top there. So this is not quite gonna work. I was hoping that I'd have some way to do it automatically like that, but I'd have to put some kind of delay in that I'm not sure how to put in. I mean, I'm still fine with just going ahead and hitting a button every time it gets to the very top or something. It looks like it was still activating the whole height of it. Like I said, I would need to put like some repeaters or something somewhere in the middle if I made it any taller than this. But considering that this is what I threw together myself in about 10 minutes, I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty okay with it. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and look into how I could put a delay on that. The thought was basically that I could be sitting up there at the top with a stack of stuff in one hand and with a dropper slowly dispensing me more of the same thing with the rest of my inventory full. So that I would just go ahead and keep placing blocks, and we'd have it set up so that it would only give me the maximum number that the whole array could go ahead and do. I was kind of hoping to have it be 16 tall, or maybe even taller. So I guess I'll do some math about how the 12 would do, like how many stacks I could do with it. I guess logically 12 with 16 would be 3 stacks. Yeah, three stacks. So I guess I'll do some math about it, and then I'll also do No, I'm just really stuck thinking about this because now I'm just frustrated by the whole thing, by the fact that it does this. So yeah, I'm gonna look up how to do that. Sorry for talking in circles there, but it's about 3 in the morning right now, and I'm wanting to get this episode out today. I already knew I wasn't gonna finish everything today. But, yeah, this is definitely... We're on to something, guys. We're on to something, and I am going to go ahead and have to give up and go look up how to do redstone stuff instead of just, throwing it together from my own memory on how to do things. I remembered how to do the repeater into the thing, alternating to make it so that you can power pistons that were stacked on top of each other, though. I'm proud of myself. Ah! But anyway, yeah. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there for the episode, though. Thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody, and I hope that you really enjoyed it. If you did, remember, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to hang out more. I'll see you guys in the near future. Bye-bye!